okay, you're using £1,000 DSLR, but the picture is still dead. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So today we'll just be talking about how I got into photography. So it all started off when I went traveling a few years ago to Costa Rica and Panama, and I just bought like a little compact camera just for vlogging. Well, I didn't actually start vlogging properly, but it was mainly for taking pictures of landscapes, the scenery, the people, just general travel. So I didn't think I was going to get into photography, but I just enjoyed taking pictures. So I started off using a Sony A5100 with like the standard kit lens, and that's actually what I'm using right now to record this. However, I'm using the 50mm lens that I bought recently, but I'll get into that. So that was just landscape, loads of landscape pictures, which I will show you, insert here. So when I came back from the travels, I met my now fiance, and when we were chatting, he was always saying that why don't you try looking into portrait photography. So I'd never been interested in taking pictures of people. I don't know why, it was just always, I love landscapes, I love nature, so that's what my main focus was. But he was so persistent on it, so I thought, okay, fine, I'll try it out. So that's when I bought the 50mm lens, and that changed it. Like that 50mm lens changed the game for me, because the lighting was amazing. It was just clear. It would blur the background really nicely. So that's what I use. And I would say when you're getting into portrait photography, or even just creating a portfolio, just use your friends. So I used one of my mates, Casey. We just went out one day to Shoreditch. Actually, I think these pictures started off in Brockley, like en route to Shoreditch, but I ended up getting good pictures just in our local area. So the editing software that I use is Adobe Creative Cloud, and I only use that because thankfully I have a friend that works in an architect company and he has a license for it, and he just let me use it. So that worked out well, as long as he stays in the company. But that's what I use. I know there's other like free softwares out there which you can always use. I use the Adobe Lightroom and Adobe Photoshop. So Lightroom is basically just for like my standard overall edits, and then the Photoshop is if I want a skin retouch or take out any imperfections or background stuff, or just change the colours. If you want to do like more in-depth editing, that's where Photoshop comes in. Obviously there's like the phone apps, so I use Visco. So I only actually use phone apps just for my casual Instagram, just for if I take pictures of myself, I'm going out, meeting friends, just edit on Visco, post it. But I don't really use Visco for editing, mainly because with Lightroom and Photoshop, I feel like you can really get into the picture on another level. Like, especially if you're shooting RAW, then it's just very crisp, very clean, and the editing just looks smooth. Whereas I feel like if you shoot on JPEG and then edit on a phone app, it's not as crisp, and you can't really pick out certain colours in the skin or the background or whatever you're trying to do. It's harder to manipulate when you're using a phone app. So that's my opinion. Like, you can use what you like. When I'm editing on Lightroom, I just use presets. So you can edit just on your own, but I've tried it and it's really hard, and I would love to get to the point where I can make my own presets, but at the moment I just use, there's a few that I use. There's a girl that I loved watching her YouTube videos. I don't remember her name right now. I'll put her in here. But she sells presets, and also an Instagram account called Dirty Boots and Messy Hair. I'll throw them in here as well. They create presets. So there's a lot of like, just follow your favorite YouTuber, follow your favorite photographer, and a lot of them do their own presets. So you could like start off like that, just like buying a set of presets, editing your pictures with that, and then you start to learn like what you like and what you don't like, and how you usually tweak those pictures, like tweak those presets. It's a work in progress when it comes to editing. Even now, like, I don't know exactly what my style is yet, but I'm trying to, as the more pictures you take, the more you edit, hopefully soon you'll eventually see like what sort of style you have. Maybe other people can see the kind of style that I have, but I feel like I don't have a set style yet, so that is what I'm looking for. And that's another thing I wanted to talk about when it comes to equipment. Okay, so equipment is not the be all and end all, I promise you. If you're not good at taking pictures, you're not good at, you could use the £1,000 DSLR, or you could use an iPhone 5, I don't know, and your pictures can still be bad on either one. You have to start off with the basis of a good picture, good lighting, good angles. Outfits can come into play, and just kind of making your scene first. Because I've got friends that are really good at taking pictures just on their iPhone. They're really good, and they don't need a camera. Obviously, if you like upgrade to a better camera, the quality is just going to be better. That's basically it. Just the quality will be better. But if your pictures are bad, it'll be bad. A bad laid out picture in good quality. Like, okay, you're using a £1,000 DSLR, but the picture is still dead. So just practice. Like, if you're starting out in photography, just practice with your phone. Simple as, just use your phone. Instagram, like, post pictures, edit on Visco or any free mobile app. Just start practicing, and then upgrade your equipment. Like, I would love to upgrade my equipment soon. I'm still using that Sony Alpha that I got 3 years ago when I went traveling. I did upgrade the lens to a 50mm lens, 1.8. And I also use a Canon DSLR, I don't even remember what it's called, EOS 1300D, I think, which is actually my fiance's camera. So I use that when I do weddings, but again, that is a standard, like a starter DSLR camera with a kit lens. So yeah, I mean, just practice taking pictures first and then upgrade your equipment. So I would love to upgrade my equipment soon, but at the moment I'm doing fine with what I've got. Obviously the quality will increase with better equipment. That is my tips and tricks. So in terms of building an Instagram for your photos, I started off just posting it on my personal Instagram, which was good, but then I didn't want to like bombard like friends and family with like loads of other faces and random stuff. So I just decided to make a separate Instagram. So I started making a separate Instagram for my wedding photography, which I only started getting into last year. So my first ever wedding that I took is my fiance's sister's wedding. That was amazing. That was so fun. That was my first ever wedding, and it was fun because I knew most of the people there, so it was very comfortable for me. It wasn't too daunting, and she was so chill, laid back, so that really helped. Just by getting a few pictures out on Instagram, it's amazing to see how many people actually will reach out to you and ask you what your prices are for weddings, and then you have a photography business. It's really as simple as that. As long as you have people around you that are going to support you and that will help boost it as well, like maybe reposting certain pictures or shouting you out on their stories. Word of mouth really goes a long way. Obviously with pictures on your portfolio, So you can use Instagram as your portfolio, or you can use a website as your portfolio. I also have a website which I use, but I would say definitely Instagram is a really good way of really pushing your business and easier to network through social media. So I've recently started a Instagram as well, just for my portraits and like more of my creative photography. So we'll see how that goes. I've literally only just started that, but I'll show you my first picture that I posted on there. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, please like the video. I really appreciate it. Please comment if there's anything you want to know more about. If you want me to go into more detail with editing on Lightroom and Photoshop, or starting a website, or your Instagram page, etc. And in the future, I would love to do like behind the scenes of me actually doing a shoot, or maybe doing a wedding, and then you can see like how I do it. So that'd be great. Okay, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.